Hello, dear listeners. In just a moment, this story will take you on an adventure while revealing fascinating facts you may have never discovered before. Before we begin, subscribing to the channel would mean a lot and greatly support this journey. Thank you in advance. We are beginning. Your eyes open. The ceiling above you is the same as always, the same cracks, the same light filtering through the curtains. The room is the same, the bed is the same, the silence is the same. You have woken here 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and each time the world has been waiting for you, familiar and predictable, asking nothing of you except that you repeat what you did yesterday. There is no surprise in this room. There is no discovery. There is only the quiet hum of a life that has settled into a rhythm so deep that you no longer feel it. You rise. Your feet find the floor, the wood cool beneath your skin, and you move through the motions of the morning without thinking. Your hands find the clothes you always wear, the same shirt, the same pants, the same shoes that have walked the same streets for years. Your feet carry you to the bathroom and you look at the face in the mirror but do not see it. It is a face you have seen 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. It is familiar but it is not present. You brush your teeth, wash your face, comb your hair, all without thought, all without awareness, all without really being here. You leave the house and step outside. The air is cool, the sky is pale, the street is empty. You have seen this street 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and you could walk it with your eyes closed. You do in a way. Your feet find the pavement, your body turns at the familiar corners, your breath settles into the familiar rhythm. You are not walking. You are following a path that has been worn into you by repetition, by habit, by the quiet erosion of days that all feel the same. The cracks in the pavement are familiar. The mailbox on the corner is familiar. The tree with the low-hanging branch is familiar. Everything is where it should be, and you are where you should be, moving through a world that has become a memory of itself. The city is waking around you. The sounds are the same as always. The distant hum of traffic, the murmur of voices, the rustle of leaves in the morning wind. You hear them but you do not listen. They are background, static, the wallpaper of a life that has become a routine. A bus passes and you do not look at it. A dog barks and you do not turn your head. A child laughs and you do not smile. You are not on the street. You are somewhere else, in the maze of your own thoughts, walking a path that is as familiar as the one beneath your feet. Your mind drifts. You think about what you need to do today. The tasks are the same as yesterday, the same as last week, the same as last year. You make a list in your head, checking off items that have been checked off 1,000 times before. You think about what you forgot to do yesterday, the small things that slip through the cracks of a life that is too full and too empty at the same time. You think about what you should have said to someone weeks ago, the words that have been sitting in your throat, unspoken, waiting for a moment that never comes. You pass the cafe where you sometimes stop. You have passed it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and you have never really seen it. The windows are clean, the chairs are arranged, the menu is displayed. There is a woman sitting by the window, a cup of coffee in her hands, her eyes looking out at the street. You do not see her face. You do not notice the color of her sweater, The way her hair falls across her forehead, the slight curve of her lips as she reads something on her phone. She is just a shape, just another figure in the blur of a morning that feels like all other mornings. You pass the bakery where you sometimes buy bread. The smell of fresh bread drifts through the open door, warm and rich and familiar. You have smelled it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and you do not notice it anymore. It is just another smell, just another sensation, just another detail that your brain has learned to ignore. You walk past and the smell fades and you do not miss it. You pass the corner where you sometimes wait for the light to change. The light is red and you stop. You stand there, your hands in your pockets, your eyes on the signal, waiting for it to turn green. You do not look at the buildings across the street. You do not look at the sky. You do not look at the people who stop beside you, their faces blank, their thoughts elsewhere. You wait and the light changes and you cross and you do not remember any of it. A woman passes you on the sidewalk. You do not see her face. You do not notice the color of her coat, the sound of her footsteps, the way her hair catches the light. She is just another figure in the blur of a morning that feels like all other mornings. She passes and she is gone and you do not remember her. You have passed her before, perhaps. You will pass her again. She is as much a part of this street as the pavement, as the buildings, as the light that falls on everything equally. You reach the corner where you always turn. You have turned here 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and you do not think about it. Your body knows the way. Your feet turn without instruction, without hesitation, without awareness. You are on the familiar street, walking toward the familiar destination, living the familiar day. The buildings are the same, the windows are the same, the signs are the same. You could draw this street from memory. You could walk it blindfolded. You have walked it so many times that it no longer exists as a place. It exists only as a pattern, a loop, a groove in the record of your days. But something is different. You do not know what. You cannot name it. But there is a flicker, a whisper, a small disturbance in the smooth surface of your routine. You almost stop. You almost look around. You almost notice that the light is different today, that the shadows are longer, that the air smells faintly of something you cannot identify. There is a flower blooming in a crack in the pavement. You have never seen it before. It has probably been there for weeks, for months, for years. You have walked past it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and you have never seen it. But you do not stop. You keep walking. You stay on the path. You stay in the habit. The flower is there and you do not see it. The light is different and you do not feel it. The air smells of something new and you do not breathe it in. You are walking through a world that is alive, that is changing, that is full of small miracles, and you are not present for any of it. The thought comes and goes, a ripple on the surface of a deep lake. You do not grab it. You do not follow it. You let it pass and you continue on the road you have always taken, toward the day you have always lived, in the life that has become a pattern you no longer see. The thought was small, quiet, easily ignored. It said, what if you turned here? What if you went a different way? What if you let yourself be surprised? You ignore it. You turn the familiar corner. You walk the familiar street. You arrive at your destination the same as always. The same door, the same room, the same faces. You sit in the same chair, you say the same words, you perform the same tasks. The hours pass and you do not notice them passing. They slip through your fingers like water, like sand, like something you cannot hold. The day is a blur, a repetition, an echo of all the days that came before. At the end of the day, you walk home. The streets are darker now, the shadows longer, the air cooler. You walk the same route, turn the same corners, past the same buildings. Your feet know the way. Your body knows the way. Your mind is already elsewhere, thinking about tomorrow, about the day that will be the same as today, about the life that has become a loop you cannot break. You do not see the stars appearing in the sky. You do not feel the wind on your face. You do not notice that the city is different at night, softer, quieter, more alive. You reach your house. You step inside. You close the door. The silence is the same as always, the room's the same, the light the same. You move through the motions of the evening, eating, washing, preparing for bed, without thinking, without feeling, without being present. You sit on the edge of your bed and you look at the wall and you do not see it. You are tired, but you do not know why. You have done nothing today. You have been nowhere. You have lived a day that was exactly the same as the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. You lie down and you close your eyes and you wait for sleep. The darkness behind your lids is familiar. The silence is familiar. The weight in your chest is familiar. You have felt it before 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. It is the weight of a life that has become a habit, a life that has stopped asking questions, a life that has stopped expecting anything new. The day is over. It was the same as yesterday. It will be the same as tomorrow. You have walked the same road, lived the same life, been the same person. You have not changed. You have not grown. You have not woken up. You drift towards sleep, and the small thought comes again, faint and distant, like a voice calling from far away. What if you turned? But you are already asleep. You do not hear it. You do not answer. The night passes and the morning comes, and you will wake to the same ceiling, the same light, the same silence. You will rise and you will dress and you will walk the same streets. You will turn the same corners. You will live the same day. Unless you do not, you wake again. The ceiling is the same, the light is the same, the room is the same. But something is different. You do not know what it is. You cannot name it. There is a small crack in the plaster that you have never noticed before, or perhaps you have noticed it 100 times and forgotten it 100 times. You stare at it, this small imperfection, this tiny deviation from the smooth surface you have taken for granted. It has always been there, you realize. You have simply never looked. You rise. Your feet find the floor, the wood cool beneath your skin. You dress, but your hands move differently today. They are not faster. They are not slower. They are simply more present. You notice the texture of the fabric, the weight of the cloth, the way the light falls across the folds. You notice these things as if for the first time, though you have worn these clothes 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. You have never really seen them. Today you see. You leave the house and step outside. The air is cool, the sky is pale, the street is empty. But it is not the same emptiness. It is the emptiness of possibility, of something waiting, of a question that has not yet been asked. You stand on the steps for a moment and you look at the street. You have seen this street 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. But today you see it differently. The cracks in the pavement are not just cracks. They are patterns, maps of a world that is constantly shifting, constantly changing. The leaves on the trees are not just leaves. They are green and gold and brown, each one unique, each one catching the light in its own way. The sky is not just sky. It is wide and deep and full of clouds that are moving slowly, imperceptibly towards somewhere you cannot see. You begin to walk. Your feet find the pavement and the rhythm is familiar, but it is not automatic. You are aware of each step, the press of your heel, the roll of your foot, the push of your toes. You are walking and you know that you are walking. You are here on this street, in this morning, in this body. You are present. You pass the cafe where you sometimes stop. The woman is there again, sitting by the window, a cup of coffee in her hands. Today you see her face. She is older than you thought, her hair streaked with gray, her eyes soft and distant. She is reading a book, or she is staring at the page without seeing it, or she is somewhere else entirely. You do not know. You cannot know. But you see her, truly see her, and she is not just a shape. She is a person with a life, with a history, with thoughts and feelings and dreams that you will never know. You pass and you carry her with you, this stranger, this face, this moment. You pass the bakery where you sometimes buy bread. The smell drifts through the open door, warm and rich and familiar. Today you breathe it in. You let it fill your lungs, your chest, your mind. It is the smell of flour and yeast and heat, the smell of something being made, something becoming, something that did not exist yesterday and will not exist tomorrow. You stand for a moment at the door and you let the smell hold you. Then you move on. You reach the corner where you always turn. You have turned here 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. Today you stop. You do not know why. There is no reason. There is no sign. There is only a feeling, a whisper, a small pull in your chest. You look at the familiar street, the one you always take, the one that leads to the familiar destination, the familiar day, the familiar life. It is there waiting for you as it has always been waiting. It will not change. It will not surprise you. It will not ask anything of you that it has not asked before. Then you look at the other street. You have never taken this street. You have passed it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and you have never turned onto it. You do not know where it leads. You do not know what you will find. The buildings are different, the trees are different, the light falls differently. It is unknown. It is unfamiliar. It is uncertain. You stand at the corner and you hesitate. The familiar street is safe. It is known. It is easy. The unfamiliar street is a question, a risk, a small adventure. You could turn. You could walk a different way. You could see something new. A voice in your head says, why? Why turn? There is no reason. There is no purpose. There is no destination you need to reach. You are just walking. You are just moving through the morning. It does not matter which way you go. Another voice says, but it does matter. It matters because you have never turned. It matters because you have always taken the same road. It matters because you have been walking the same path for years, for decades, for a lifetime, and you have not noticed that you have stopped seeing, stopped feeling, stopped being present. You take a breath. The air is cool and it fills your lungs, and you let it out slowly. You look at the unfamiliar street one more time. It is not inviting. It is not beautiful. It is just a street with buildings and pavement and a sky above it. But it is new. It is different. It is unknown. You turn. Your feet find the new pavement, and the rhythm is the same, but the sound is different. The echoes are softer or sharper or just different. You cannot describe it. You can only feel it. The buildings are not the buildings you know. The windows are different shapes, the doors are different colors, the signs are for shops you have never seen. There is a bookstore with a display of books in the window, their covers bright and inviting. There is a flower shop with buckets of flowers on the sidewalk, their petals wet with dew. There is a cafe that is smaller than the one on your usual street, with tables outside and a chalkboard menu that you cannot read from this distance. You walk slowly, your eyes moving from one thing to the next, taking it all in. You are not in a hurry. There is nowhere you need to be. There is nothing you need to do. You are just walking, just seeing, just being present. It has been a long time since you have felt this way. It has been a long time since you have noticed the world around you. A cat crosses the street in front of you. It is gray with white paws and green eyes. It stops in the middle of the pavement, looks at you, blinks slowly, then continues on its way. You watch it disappear into an alley and you smile. You do not know why. You just smile. You pass a garden that is hidden behind a low wall. The flowers are blooming red and yellow and purple, and the air is sweet with their scent. You stop and look at them, these flowers that you have never seen, that you will probably never see again. They are beautiful, and they are here, and you are here, and this moment exists only once. You walk on. The street curves and you follow it, curious about what is around the bend. There is a park, small and quiet, with a bench under a large oak tree. The grass is green, the leaves are rustling, the light is dappled and soft. You sit on the bench and you close your eyes and you listen. The birds are singing. The wind is moving through the leaves. Somewhere in the distance, a dog is barking. These sounds are not new. They are the same sounds you have heard 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. But today they are different. Today you hear them. Today they are not background. They are the world speaking to you, and you are listening. You open your eyes. The park is still there, the bench, the oak tree, the light. You are still here. You have not gone anywhere. You have only turned. You have only taken a different street. And everything feels different. You do not know why. You cannot explain it. There is no reason. There is no lesson. There is no profound truth that you have discovered. You have only turned. You have only walked a different way. But something has shifted. Something has opened. Something has woken up. You sit on the bench and you watch the light move across the grass, and you let yourself be here. You do not think about where you need to go. You do not think about what you need to do. You do not think about yesterday or tomorrow. You are here in this moment, in this park, on this bench, under this tree, and it is enough. You stand and you walk back toward the street. Your feet are lighter, your hands are warmer, your chest is open. You do not know where you are going. You do not know what you will find. But you are walking and you are present and you are awake. You are still walking. The unfamiliar street has become familiar now, or almost familiar. You have been walking for minutes or perhaps for hours. Time has become something soft, something that flows around you without touching you. The buildings are still different, the windows still strange, the doors still unknown. But you are not lost. You are not afraid. You are simply here, moving through a world that you have never seen before, and everything feels different. You do not know when it happened. You cannot point to a moment, a corner, a step. But somewhere along this new street, something changed. The light is different. It is not brighter or dimmer. It is softer, gentler, as if the sun has decided to be kind. The shadows are not sharper or softer. They are simply more present, more real, more a part of the world than they were before. You notice them, these shadows, the way they stretch across the pavement, the way they move as you move, the way they seem to have a life of their own. The sounds are different too. The distant hum of traffic is still there, but it is not the same hum. It is deeper or higher or just farther away. You cannot describe it. You can only feel it. The murmur of voices is softer, as if the people are speaking in whispers, as if they are sharing secrets that you are not meant to hear. The rustle of leaves is louder or closer or more insistent. The wind is moving through the trees and the leaves are speaking and you are listening. You stop at a corner. There is no reason to stop. There is no decision to make. You simply stop and you look around. The street is empty or almost empty. There is a man sitting on a bench across the road, reading a newspaper. There is a woman walking a small dog, her steps slow, her eyes on the sidewalk. There is a child riding a bicycle, weaving between the parked cars, laughing at something you cannot hear. These are ordinary things. You have seen them 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. But today they are different. Today they are not ordinary. Today they are extraordinary. You watch the child on the bicycle. She is young, maybe 7 or 8, her hair flying behind her, her face bright with joy. She is not going anywhere. She is just riding, just moving, just being. You watch her and you feel something in your chest. It is not sadness. It is not joy. It is something else. Something like recognition. You remember being that child. You remember the feeling of the wind on your face, the freedom of movement, the pure pleasure of being alive. You had forgotten. You had buried that memory under the weight of years, under the routine, under the habit. But it is still there. It is still yours. The child disappears around a corner and you turn away. You walk on and the street curves again and you find yourself in a part of the city you have never seen. The buildings are older here, their facades worn, their windows dark. There is a church with a tall steeple, its bells silent, its doors closed. There is a park with a fountain that is not running, its basin dry, its stone cracked. There is a row of houses with small gardens, the flowers blooming, the fences painted white. You walk slowly, taking it all in, and you feel a strange sense of peace. You stop at the fountain. The basin is dry, but there is a single leaf lying at the bottom, curled and brown, its edges crisp. You reach down and pick it up. It is light in your hand, fragile, beautiful. You hold it for a moment and then you let it go. It drifts to the ground and you watch it land, and you do not know why this matters. But it does. It matters. You walk on. The street becomes narrower, the buildings closer together, the light dimmer. You are in a part of the city that feels old, ancient, as if it has been here for centuries. The stones are worn, the walls are cracked, the windows are small and dark. You feel small here, insignificant, a tiny figure in a vast and ancient world. But you do not feel afraid. You feel connected. You feel part of something larger, something older, something that will be here long after you are gone. You stop at a door. It is made of wood, dark and heavy, with a brass handle that has been polished by countless hands. You do not know why you stop. There is no sign, no invitation, no reason. You simply stop and you look at the door and you feel that it is important. You do not open it. You do not try. You just stand there and you look and you let the moment be what it is. A voice speaks behind you. It's a beautiful door, isn't it? You turn. It is an old woman, her hair white, her face lined, her eyes bright. She is smiling at you and her smile is warm, and you feel that she has been here for a long time, watching, waiting. You do not know her. You have never seen her before. But she feels familiar, like someone you have always known. It is, you say. Your voice is strange, unfamiliar, as if it belongs to someone else. She nods. I've lived here for 60 years. I've walked past this door every day and I've never seen it. Not really. Not until today. She pauses and her eyes move to the door and her smile softens. Today I saw it. You do not know what to say. You stand beside her and you look at the door and you feel that something has shifted. Not just for you, for her, for the world. Something has shifted. She turns to you and her eyes are bright. You're on a new path, she says. It is not a question. It is a statement. A fact. I can tell. You walk differently. You look differently. You see differently. You nod. You do not know how she knows. You do not know what she sees. But she is right. You are different. Something has changed. She touches your arm lightly, briefly, and then she turns and walks away. You watch her go, her steps slow, her back straight, her white hair catching the light. She disappears around a corner and you are alone. You look at the door one more time. It is still there, dark and heavy, its brass handle shining. You do not open it. You do not try. You simply stand there and you let the moment be what it is. Then you turn and you walk on. The street opens up again and you find yourself in a square. It is small, surrounded by buildings with a tree in the center and benches around it. There are people here sitting, talking, reading. A man is playing a guitar, the music soft and sweet. A woman is selling flowers from a cart, the colors bright, the scent sweet. A child is feeding the pigeons, laughing as they flock around her. You sit on a bench and you watch. You watch the people, the flowers, the pigeons. You watch the light move across the square, the shadows shifting, the day passing. You are not in a hurry. There is nowhere you need to be. There is nothing you need to do. You are just here in this square, in this moment, and you are present. The man with the guitar begins to play a new song. It is slow, gentle, almost sad. You close your eyes and you listen. The music fills you, surrounds you, becomes part of you. You are not thinking. You are not remembering. You are not planning. You are just listening, just feeling, just being. The song ends and you open your eyes. The square is the same. The people are the same. The light is the same. But you are not the same. Something has changed. Something has shifted. You do not know what it is. You cannot name it. But it is there inside you, warm and quiet and alive. You stand and you walk away from the square. Your feet are light, your hands are warm, your chest is open. You do not know where you are going. You do not know what you will find. But you are walking and you are present and you are awake. The world is different now. You are different now. And you do not know why. You only know that something has changed. You are still walking. The square is behind you now, the music faded, the people gone. You have been walking for a long time, or perhaps it has only been minutes. Time has become something that moves with you, around you, through you. You are not counting steps. You are not watching the clock. You are simply moving and the world is moving with you. The street you are on is unfamiliar, but it does not feel strange. It feels like it has been waiting for you, like it has always been here, like you were always meant to find it. The buildings are old, their windows dark, their doors closed. The trees are tall, their branches reaching toward the sky, their leaves rustling in the wind. The pavement is worn, cracked in places, with grass pushing through the gaps. It is not beautiful, not in the way that postcards are beautiful. But it is real. It is alive. It is here. You stop. You do not know why. There is no reason. There is no destination. You simply stop and you stand in the middle of the street and you look around. The street is empty, or almost empty. There is a cat sitting on a windowsill, its eyes half closed, its tail twitching. There is a bicycle leaning against a wall, its tires flat, its chain rusted. There is a sign on a door that you cannot read, the words faded, the paint peeling. These are ordinary things. You have seen them 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. But today they are not ordinary. Today they are part of something larger. Today they are part of you. You close your eyes. The light is still there behind your lids, warm and red. The sounds are still there, the distant hum of traffic, the rustle of leaves, the faint cry of a bird. But they are different now. They are not outside you. They are inside you. They are part of the same thing, the same presence, the same awareness. You open your eyes. The street is the same, but it is not the same. You are not the same. Something has shifted. Something has opened. Something has woken up. You begin to walk again, but differently now. Your steps are slower, more deliberate. You are not trying to get anywhere. You are not trying to see anything. You are simply walking, and each step is its own destination. The pavement beneath your feet is not just pavement. It is stone that has been here for years, for decades, for centuries. It has felt the rain, the sun, the wind. It has felt the feet of thousands of people, each one carrying their own stories, their own hopes, their own fears. You are one of them now. You are part of this street, this city, this world. You pass a garden. It is small, hidden behind a low wall, with flowers blooming in wild profusion. The colors are bright, almost too bright, almost painful. Red and yellow and purple and pink. You stop and look at them, these flowers that have no purpose except to be beautiful. They do not know that you are here. They do not care. They are just growing, just blooming, just being. And you are here watching them, and for a moment you are part of their world. You reach out and touch a petal. It is soft, cool, fragile. You can feel the veins beneath the surface, the life that flows through it. You hold it for a moment and then you let it go. It springs back into place, undisturbed, as if you were never there. You are here and you are not here. You matter and you do not matter. Both are true. You walk on. The street curves and you follow it, curious about what is around the bend. There is a bridge, small and old, made of stone, arching over a narrow stream. The water is clear, shallow, moving slowly. You stop on the bridge and look down at the water. You can see the bottom, the stones, the tiny fish darting between them. You can see your reflection, distorted by the ripples, unfamiliar and familiar at the same time. You stay on the bridge for a long time, watching the water, watching the light, watching the shadows. You are not thinking. You are not remembering. You are not planning. You are just here on this bridge in this moment, and you are present. A voice speaks behind you. It's peaceful here, isn't it? You turn. It is a young woman, her hair dark, her eyes bright, her smile gentle. She is holding a book, her finger marking the page as if she has been reading and looked up at just the right moment. You do not know her. You have never seen her before. But she feels familiar, like someone you have always known. It is, you say. She nods. I come here when I need to remember. Remember what? She looks at the water, at the stones, at the fish. That there is more than what I see. That there is more than what I do. That there is more than what I think. She pauses and her smile softens. That I am more. You stand beside her and you look at the water together. The stream is still moving, the fish still darting, the light still shifting. You do not speak. You do not need to speak. The silence is enough. She turns to you. You're different, she says. It is not a question. It is a statement. A fact. I can see it. In your eyes. In your hands. In the way you stand. You nod. You do not know how she knows. You do not know what she sees. But she is right. You are different. Something has changed. She touches your arm lightly, briefly, and then she turns and walks away. You watch her go, her steps light, her book tucked under her arm, her hair catching the light. She disappears around a corner and you are alone. You stay on the bridge for a while longer, watching the water, watching the light, watching the shadows. Then you turn and you walk back the way you came. The street is the same, the buildings the same, the trees the same. But you are not the same. Something has shifted. Something has opened. Something has woken up. You do not know what it is. You cannot name it. But it is there inside you, warm and quiet and alive. You walk through the garden again. The flowers are still there, bright and wild, and you stop to look at them again. They are not the same flowers. They have changed, shifted, grown. Or you have changed. You cannot tell. You reach out and touch another petal. It is soft, cool, fragile. You hold it for a moment and then you let it go. It springs back into place, undisturbed, as if you were never there. You are here and you are not here. You matter and you do not matter. Both are true. You walk on. The street leads back to the square, and the square is different now. The man with the guitar is gone. The woman with the flowers is gone. The child with the pigeons is gone. There is only an old man sitting on a bench, feeding the birds, his hands slow, his eyes kind. You sit beside him. He does not look at you. He does not speak. He just sits, and you sit, and the birds gather around, pecking at the bread, fluttering their wings. The silence is comfortable, warm, alive. After a long time he speaks. His voice is soft, almost a whisper. You've been walking. Yes, you say. Good, he says. Walking is good. It reminds you that you have legs. It reminds you that you have feet. It reminds you that you can move. He pauses and his hands slow and the birds grow impatient. He tosses more bread and they settle. Most people forget, he says. They forget that they can move. They forget that they can change. They forget that they can turn. He looks at you and his eyes are bright and his smile is warm. But you remembered. You do not know what to say. You sit beside him and you watch the birds and you feel the sun on your face and you feel the presence of this old man who seems to know you, who seems to see you, who seems to understand. He stands slowly, his joints creaking, his body stiff. He looks down at you and his eyes are kind. Keep walking, he says. Keep turning. Keep seeing. He turns and walks away, his steps slow, his back straight, his hands empty. You watch him go and then you look at the birds. They are still there, pecking at the bread, fluttering their wings. They do not know that he is gone. They do not care. They are just birds, just living, just being. You stand and you walk away from the square. Your feet are light, your hands are warm, your chest is open. You do not know where you are going. You do not know what you will find. But you are walking and you are present and you are awake. The world is different now. You are different now. And you do not know why. You only know that something has changed. Something has shifted. Something has opened. And you are part of it. The sun is lower now, the light softer, the shadows longer. You have been walking for hours, or perhaps you have been walking for days. Time has become something that does not matter. What matters is the movement, the presence, the quiet awareness that has settled over you like a soft blanket. You are not the same person who turned onto this unfamiliar street. You are not the same person who hesitated at the corner, who felt the small pull of curiosity, who took a breath and made a small decision. You have changed. You are changing. You will continue to change. You are standing on a hill. You do not know how you got here. You do not remember climbing. But here you are at the top of a rise looking out over the city. The buildings spread below you, their roofs catching the golden light, their windows reflecting the sky. The river winds through the center, a ribbon of silver, and the bridges arch over it, connecting one part of the city to another. You have seen this view before, perhaps, or you have seen photographs, or you have imagined it. But you have never seen it like this. You have never seen it with these eyes, this awareness, this presence. The city is beautiful. It has always been beautiful. You have simply never noticed. You were too busy, too hurried, too lost in the routine of your days. You walked the same streets, turned the same corners, saw the same buildings, and you never really saw them. They were just shapes, just obstacles, just things to pass on the way to somewhere else. But now you see them. Now you see the way the light falls on the stone, the way the shadows gather in the corners, the way the windows catch the sky and hold it briefly before letting it go. You sit on the grass. It is soft, cool, alive. You can feel each blade beneath your palms, each tiny stem, each small miracle of green. You lie back and the sky is above you, wide and deep and endless. The clouds are moving slowly, imperceptibly, and you watch them and you feel that you are moving with them. You are part of this sky, this earth, this world. You have always been part of it. You have simply forgotten. You close your eyes. The light is still there behind your lids, warm and red. The sounds are still there, the distant hum of the city, the rustle of the grass, the faint cry of a bird. But they are not separate from you. They are part of you. You are part of them. There is no boundary, no division, no separation. There is only this moment, this presence, this awareness. You open your eyes. The sun has moved, the light has shifted, the shadows have grown. You have been lying here for a long time, or perhaps it has only been minutes. It does not matter. What matters is that you are here and you are present and you are awake. You sit up. The city is still there, the buildings, the river, the bridges. But it is not the same. You are not the same. Something has shifted, something has opened, something has woken up. You do not know what it is. You cannot name it. But it is there inside you, warm and quiet and alive. You stand. Your legs are light, your hands are warm, your chest is open. You walk down the hill, back toward the city, back toward the streets, back toward the life that is waiting for you. But it is not the same life. It is a different life because you are different. You have turned. You have walked a different way. And everything has changed. You reach the bottom of the hill. The street is familiar now, or almost familiar. You have been here before, perhaps, or you have dreamed it. The buildings are old, their windows dark, their doors closed. The trees are tall, their branches reaching toward the sky, their leaves rustling in the wind. You walk slowly, your eyes moving from one thing to the next, taking it all in. You are not in a hurry. There is nowhere you need to be. There is nothing you need to do. You are just walking, just seeing, just being present. You pass a house with a garden. The flowers are blooming, red and yellow and purple, and the air is sweet with their scent. You stop and look at them, these flowers that you have never seen before, that you will probably never see again. They are beautiful, and they are here, and you are here, and this moment exists only once. You reach out and touch a petal. It is soft, cool, fragile. You hold it for a moment and then you let it go. You walk on. The street curves and you follow it, curious about what is around the bend. There is a small shop, its windows bright, its door open. You can see shelves of books, tables of pottery, walls hung with paintings. You step inside and a bell rings and the woman behind the counter looks up and smiles. She is old, her hair white, her face lined, her eyes bright. She does not speak. She simply nods and you nod back and you walk among the shelves. The books are old, their spines cracked, their pages soft. You run your fingers along them, feeling the texture, the weight, the history. You pull one from the shelf at random and open it. The words are familiar or they are not. You read a line and then another and then you close the book and put it back. You do not need to buy it. You do not need to own it. It is enough to have held it, to have read it, to have been here. You leave the shop. The woman is still there, still smiling, still watching. You nod to her and she nods back and you step out into the street. The light is golden, the shadows long, the day ending. You have been walking for a long time, or perhaps you have only just begun. It does not matter. What matters is that you are here and you are present and you are awake. You walk toward the river. The water is dark, slow, reflecting the sky. The bridges arch over it, their stones warm in the fading light. You stop at the edge and look down at your reflection. It is you, but it is not the same you. There is something different in your eyes, something softer, something more present. You do not know what it is. You cannot name it. But it is there and it is yours. You cross the bridge. The stones are warm beneath your feet, worn smooth by years of use. You walk slowly, your hand on the rail, your eyes on the water. The city is quiet now, the sounds fading, the lights beginning to appear. You are not alone. There are others on the bridge, walking, talking, living. You pass them and they pass you, and you do not know their names and they do not know yours. But you are together in this moment, on this bridge, in this city, and that is enough. You reach the other side. The street is narrow, the buildings close together, the light dim. You walk on and the street opens into a square. There is a fountain in the center, the water falling, the sound soft and steady. There are benches around it and people sitting, talking, reading. You sit on an empty bench and you watch the water fall. It has been falling for a long time, this water, and it will continue to fall long after you are gone. But you are here now and you are watching, and that is enough. You close your eyes. The sound of the water fills you, surrounds you, becomes part of you. You are not thinking. You are not remembering. You are not planning. You are just listening, just feeling, just being. You open your eyes. The square is the same, the fountain the same, the people the same. But you are not the same. Something has shifted, something has opened, something has woken up. You do not know what it is. You cannot name it. But it is there inside you, warm and quiet and alive. You stand. Your feet are light, your hands are warm, your chest is open. You walk away from the fountain, away from the square, away from the city. You do not know where you are going. You do not know what you will find. But you are walking and you are present and you are awake. The streets are darker now, the lights brighter, the stars appearing. You look up at them, these points of light that have been here for billions of years, that will be here for billions more. They are beautiful and they are distant and they are yours. You are part of this universe, this vast and endless thing, and you are here on this small planet, in this small city, on this small street, and you are alive. You walk past a park. The trees are dark against the sky, the grass is pale, the path is gray. You remember the park from earlier today, the bench, the old man, the birds. You do not go in. You just walk past and you remember and you smile. You pass a cafe. The lights are on, the windows are fogged, the sound of voices drifts out. You stop and look in. There are people inside, sitting, talking, laughing. They are not you. They are living their own lives, having their own conversations, making their own memories. You do not know them. You will never know them. But they are there, and you are here, and this moment exists, and that is enough. You walk on. The street leads back toward your neighborhood, the familiar streets, the familiar houses. But they are not the same. You are not the same. You see them differently now. The cracks in the pavement are not just cracks. They are patterns, maps of a world that is constantly shifting, constantly changing. The leaves on the trees are not just leaves. They are green and gold and brown, each one unique, each one catching the light in its own way. The sky is not just sky. It is wide and deep and full of stars, and you are part of it. You reach your house. The door is open, the lights off, the room's dark. You step inside and the silence is not heavy. It is soft, gentle, full of possibility. You walk through the hallway, past the photographs, and you stop at the picture of your mother. You look at her face, her smile, her eyes, and you do not feel regret. You feel love. You feel gratitude. You feel the presence of something that has not left, that will never leave, that is as real now as it was then. You walk to your room and sit on the edge of your bed. The room is quiet, the light soft, the silence full. You lie back and you close your eyes and you let the new feeling settle. It is not hope, not yet. It is something quieter. Something like the first hint of warmth after a long winter. Something like the first light of dawn after a long night. Something like the first breath after a long time holding still. You think of the streets you walk today. The unfamiliar street, the square, the bridge, the fountain. You think of the people you met, the old woman, the young woman, the old man. You think of the flowers, the books, the water. They are all part of you now. They have changed you. They have made you different. And you are grateful. You think of the small decision you made this morning. The moment you stopped at the corner. The moment you looked at the unfamiliar street. The moment you turned. It was nothing. It was everything. It was the smallest thing and it changed everything. You open your eyes. The room is dark, the curtains drawn, the silence complete. But it is not empty. It is full of possibility. You sit up and you look at the window, at the light that is filtering through the cracks, at the world that is waiting for you. Tomorrow you will walk again. You will turn again. You will see again. And it will be different. It will always be different. Because you are different. You have changed. You are changing. You will continue to change. You lie back and you close your eyes and you let the darkness hold you. There is no fear. There is no loneliness. There is only this, the quiet, the presence, the awareness. You are here. You are present. You are awake. You drift towards sleep, and the last thought that comes is soft and warm. You turned. You walked a different way. And everything changed. Not because the world changed, because you changed. And that was enough. That was more than enough. The night is quiet, the stars are bright, the city is sleeping. You are sleeping too, or you are almost sleeping, floating in the space between wakefulness and rest. The day is over. The new path is behind you. But it is not behind you. It is inside you. It is part of you. It will always be part of you. You breathe and the breath is slow, deep, soft. You feel the air enter your lungs, feel it fill your chest, feel it leave your body and become part of the air again. You are part of this now. Part of the night, part of the stars, part of something that has no name. You think of tomorrow. The morning will come, the light will return, the world will wake. You will wake with it. You will dress and you will leave your house and you will walk. You do not know which way you will turn. You do not know what you will find. But you know that you will see. You know that you will be present. You know that you will be awake. And that is enough. That is more than enough. You drift deeper into the quiet, into the darkness, into the peace. The day is over. The new path is beginning. You are ready. You are here. You are present. You are awake.